Hello, 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 and welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Skip Gore. I'm so glad you are joining me today. When you come on, give me our Workouts for Older Men Live greeting. Say hello, hello, hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. Always tell me where you watch me from. Are you watching me on my Facebook page at Skip LaCour page live? Or are you watching me on YouTube at Skip LaCour? Let me know. If you have any questions, this is the best time to ask me, and I will do whatever I can to work your question in today's live broadcast. If you're watching the replay version, and many men do, post your question, say hello anyway, and maybe your question will be the focal point, the topic of the next Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm coming to you a couple times a day, so you have a great chance for your great question to get talked about on one of these Workouts for Older Men Live. Make sure you're on all my social media platforms: Instagram, Skip LaCour; TikTok, Skip LaCour; Twitter, Skip LaCour. All right. Make sure you're on my Facebook page at Skip LaCour page, and you're on my YouTube channel. Also, make sure you go to skiplacour.com. Often my website, I've got a whole library of videos answering all of your questions there, podcasts there, blog posts, training, nutrition, mindset, everything on my skiplacour.com website. If you have any questions, you want to contact me directly, maybe you're interested in some one-on-one coaching, you can text me, you can call me at 925-352-4366. I've got a lot of different programs that can help you. I'll post that information for my one-on-one coaching in the description of this video. All right, so reach out. Hello, Patrick. Hello, hello, hello on Facebook. Martin. Hello, hello, hello. Martin is watching from Dublin, Ireland. I'm so glad you are here. All right, in this video, I want to talk about testosterone. Is low testosterone causing you challenges with your fitness? All right, low testosterone. A lot of men, a lot of older men, you hear about that a lot. Or, me just focusing on you and focus on your fitness, at least from my view of social media, it seems like it's talked about a lot. I want to address that. Maybe that's not your experience. That if it is your experience, maybe this will be helpful to you. Testosterone, we hear about that, makes you aggressive, more confident, right? Helps you build muscle, lose body fat a little bit easier. All right. Our testosterone level at their highest when we're youngest, when we're younger. That's what helped us build that muscle, lose that body fat, and we know it declines to what extent. That's seems to be a question or a concern, but it's going to be tougher to build muscle, lose body fat with lower testosterone levels as opposed to higher testosterone levels, right? Also, that sense of well-being that you get with testosterone, right? So is that impacting your ability to build muscle, lose body fat? I want to talk about that. From my point of view, all right, hey, you got to do whatever you think with your life. That's the decisions that you make. All right. At this age, if you get validation, all right, from whether it's to your testosterone levels are having a huge impact or not, and how you move forward. A lot of talk about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. For some people, you'd be silly not to do it. Why not do it? All right. It's just taking advantage of modern medicine. All right. Versus say, you shouldn't get on that. There's a downside to everything and there's side effects. All right. Those are decisions that you have to make at this age. All right. All right. There's pros and cons. You need to talk to a doctor, get your levels checked. They're going to tell you the pros and cons. Hopefully, they're going to tell you the pros and cons, and you take your decisions, make your decision based on that. All right. One thing you need to understand is that a lot of the fitness influencers who already have made the decision to be on testosterone replacement therapy, I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to support their decision. It's the greatest decision in the world. All right, they're going to share that with you. One thing I've noticed, they don't share the downside. They don't talk about any of the negative consequences you can get from testosterone replacement. You need to find that out yourself, not me telling you, because I'll tell you, whether it's pro or con, you're going to have some other side telling you that information's wrong, that science wrong. It's more of, I think it's sometimes it's uh, an emotional decision of what a quality of life that we have more than building muscle and losing body fat, right? So I will tell you this though, from my experience dealing with men, and I am not on testosterone replacement. I don't even know what my testosterone levels are because, as far as I believe, I don't have a problem that I need to worry about or remedy. Right? I've got enough muscle. I know how to build muscle, lose body fat. Managing my state. I don't have a challenge with depression, or anything like that. So for me, it's not needed. But my experience isn't your experience, and I don't claim that it is. But I can tell you this. Uh, I've been talking to older men exclusively all day long, 7 days a week for the last 6 years. Dozens and dozens and dozens of men have shared their experience with testosterone replacement. I can just tell you this without going, if I told you they've had this side effect or this benefit, depending on what side of the fence you're on, that's just going to be their opinion. But I will tell you this, and I think this is of of note, of merit, is that of all the men who I've talked to who have gone on testosterone replacement therapy, all right, half of them either thought it wasn't worth it, they experienced negative side effects, they were worried about side effects, or they didn't get the results what they had expected from it. So I bet of all the men who have started, half of them aren't doing it anymore. Right. And that's not even to say the ones that are still doing it, will that be that way in a year or two? Right. So if that is something for you to consider, if it was such a miracle type of remedy, then you would have pretty much closer to 100%. And that's just my anecdotal evidence. All right. But really, if someone isn't presenting the downside to it, the negative effects, so you can measure out for yourself, you're not getting, I think, responsible information. So something to think about. But here's the most important point, though, is that I talk to men all the time. Many of them have been training for 15, 20, 30 years, right? Some of them 15 months. I can tell you this. There is so much that you can control about the way you look, building muscle and losing body fat with a better understanding of both training and nutrition. Understanding if you're a hard worker, are you putting the right emphasis on the right things, right? Prioritizing your effort on the right aspects of training and nutrition in the right order, right? Because whether you take testosterone replacement therapy, whether you have low testosterone, it's high, it's average, or whatever, you got to know what you're doing. A lot of men, I know it seems like it's simple, and I don't like to make it overly complex. But when it comes to training and nutrition, uh, it may not be overly complex, but a lot of men just do not have it right. So whatever low testosterone, average testosterone, high testosterone for your age, you're taking TRT or you're not, you got to know how to train and eat. And a lot of men don't. They're showing up to the gym, they're eating clean food, but they don't. And that's where I can help you regardless of your situation. All right. So again, I'm not here to give out life advice. Um, but that's my experience. Fitness for 33 years, 60 years old, and really talking to dozens and dozens of men just like you and observing all the information that you see. so, you know, uh, so Patrick asked, to do it or not to do it? That is the question. I would say you definitely shouldn't do it. All right. Until you find out what the downside is too, along with the benefits, and that you really need it. You exhaust all of your resources when it comes to training and nutrition. And you really understand that you've invested. If you're going to make that type of an investment and take, you know, financially with your body, right? And knowing all the downside to it, right? To take that risk, you really should exhaust all of your options when it comes to training and nutrition. All right. All right, so that's going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men live. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. Got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.